My name is Moylan, and I'm a classic bodybuilder from South London, and I train out at King's Gym in Croydon. I first started training maybe when I was about 14, 15 years old. My cousin phoned me up one day and said, "Do you fancy going to the gym?" I was like, yeah, why not? One Saturday we went down to the local leisure centre. It was like £1 and you can train in the gym and then afterwards go for a swim, and it was like more of a casual kind of thing. As the months went on, I started to enjoy it and I wanted to go a bit more often. I joined the local leisure centre. I started going to the gym a couple of times a week, and then moved on to 3 times, 4 times, 5 times. Next thing, I'm going 7 times a week. I was in there 3 hours a day, and it was just stupid at the time, but I was young and I just wanted to train. I actually used to do a lot of MMA and boxing stuff when I was younger. As I got older, I started to prefer training in the gym itself. So I moved from the leisure centre to a Virgin Active gym in Collinswood in London. Me and my friend Luke Quincy, who started training there, we always trained together. That's when we really started training a bit more better. I remember downloading these like Terry Crews giant sets workout online, downloading them, printing them out, taking them in the gym, and we would try them, and we would get other people to try them, and yeah, just trying new things and just learning more and more as time went on, and setting targets for ourselves. And then yeah, as the years went on, turned around and said to me he wants to join the legendary Pink's gym in Carshalton, which was a little bit intimidating for myself, but I said, you know what, let's give it a go. So we ended up signing up, and it was full of bodybuilders, really good gym, good environment. I actually met my very good friend James Hollinshead there, who's a new IFBB pro bodybuilder. He's doing really well, and we instantly just clicked. We just got on really well. We were both motivated. Yeah, he really helped me a lot with my nutrition and my training. Started working together. In 2014, I've travelled to Nottingham to watch the UK BFF British finals, where James was obviously competing as a super heavyweight, and that was the first ever bodybuilding show I'd ever went to. I'd never really experienced it before, other than what I'd seen people doing in the gym, so it was a nice experience. I was very motivated. James won the super heavyweights, went up against Nathan D'Asher in the overall. See, Nathan took the overall that year, and obviously he's gone on to do tremendous things in the sport, so that itself is really inspiring. And obviously seeing James, how happy he was. He had this massive gold trophy. I said to myself from that day, I've always wanted to be a British champion. And that's where it all began really. So shortly after the show, me and James started working together properly, started getting ready for my show, and I competed in KBFF London show in 2015. Yeah, I worked really, really hard for this show. It was my first ever show, and I was really, really motivated. I wanted to do well, and I wanted shredded glutes for my first show. That was my goal, was to get shredded glutes, because everyone said you'll never get shredded glutes on your first show, and I was just obsessed, absolutely obsessed with having shredded glutes. And yeah, I got really peeled for the show. The shredded glutes came out, and I was really, really happy with how I looked. Competed, actually didn't place in the show, and to be honest, I was devastated, really, really upset. So I put so much effort into that prep, and to not place at the end of it, I kind of told myself I was done with the sport, really. I didn't want to compete again. Yeah, it was really, really disappointing, but I carried on training. Obviously, I love training, always going to train. I love eating healthy. Obviously, I have a little bit of junk here and there, like everyone does. You have to enjoy life and enjoy your food, but for the most part, don't like to get too much out of shape. I like to eat clean pretty much all the time and then have some treats here and there. I also play rugby for my local team, which is Merton Rugby Football Club, with Luke and my other friend Charlie. It's more of a social thing, but it's really good fun. And so carried on training as the years went on. I started dieting just to get in shape for a holiday. Bumped into James one day in the gym a couple of days before the holiday. I think it was a Saturday actually before. And James was like, "Oh, you should enter into a show. There's a show tomorrow. Why don't you go and do it?" I said, "Nah, no way. I said, "No, I'm not interested." He said, "No, honestly, just get in shape." I said, "No, I haven't prepared for this. I'm not in shape. I'm not good enough in shape. I've just dieted to go on this holiday. I haven't prepared at all for it." And he said, "No, you've got nothing to lose. I think you look great, so go and do it." So I was like, "Okay, why not?" So next day, drove up to Leeds in the morning, competed in the show and come second, which was very questionable as well. Everyone thought we would have won the show, but I deserved to win. But yeah, I was happy with second place. Obviously, deciding to do the show just less than 24 hours before. I got invited to the British finals, which would have been 8 weeks later or 6 weeks later. I went to Italy, picked out loads of food, loads of ice cream, came back, started eating clean again. I wasn't sure whether I was going to do the show or not. I was actually went to Ibiza like 2 weeks before, so I was drinking, partying there. Then I came back. Actually went to Poland with James, which was about a week out from the show, where he competed in the Diamond Cup and come second, which he should have won as well, but you get a lot of politics in these international shows, I'm afraid, unfortunately. Seems especially if you're from the UK. But no, it was a good show, it was a good experience. I came back and it was just over a week till the British finals. I travelled up to Scotland, spent a couple of days there, and then that was it. Last minute, rocked up to the British finals. And ended up coming fourth there, so that was quite motivating for me, especially as it was like a last minute kind of thing. And then I said to myself, "Oh, next year maybe I'll give this another go," because I was quite shocked that I told myself I'd be happy if I placed top 6. So to come fourth was a really good result, and I was really happy with it. Everyone was a bit shocked and happy for me. So yeah, I said the next year maybe I'll give it a bit more of an effort and see what happens. So I ended up, obviously, usually I might diet for the summer, and then most of the winter and going into the summer, I obviously like playing rugby for my rugby team. So I started playing rugby again. Ended up tearing my hamstring, which took a long time to recover from. I do prep clients and stuff as well, so I was prepping one of my clients, a good friend of mine, Gage, for a show, and I decided just to start dieting as well. So we were both prepping together, we was training together, it was good. He done really well in his show. He done a show about a week before mine, where he come second, and he was in phenomenal shape. It was really good. My show was a week later, which I come first. I won that show in Belfast, dominated the entire show really. And I obviously got an invite to the British finals again. And I didn't really have much expectations for the British. Obviously I wanted to win. It'd always been my dream to win that show, so went into the show quite confident. Yeah, ended up winning the show, so now I'm a current British champion in the classic division. I've achieved everything I wanted to achieve in bodybuilding pretty much within the last 4 years, and I didn't really bodybuild for the majority of that because obviously I was devastated at the beginning, but to be a British champion at this early on in my career is pretty good. Also competed in the Arnold Classic Europe, which I had zero expectations for because I know it's such a big show and there's so many good competitors there. I didn't even think I placed top 10. Even when I turned up at the show, I was backstage and I was like, I'm a bit out of my water here. There's a lot of high quality competitors there. And then I got the first call out, so I was surprised but really happy. Gave me a bit more confidence on stage, and I ended up taking 5th in that show. So 5th at the Arnold Classic, then come on to be a British champion. The next step is to get the pro card, so we'll see what happens in 2019.